Good morning, welcome to New Forest Morphs. I hope everyone's had a lovely weekend. Jared and I are back in the facility, and the good news is that our clutches from last week have all come out of their eggs. So today we're going to be covering how we go about setting up our clutches into their rubs. Jared's going to be bathing them first, and we'll have another look at these animals to see what we've hit. They're still in shed, but we'll do a post-shed video as well to get a better ID. But let's start first of all with the double het Hypo Pieds, and let's have a look and see what we've got here, Jared. So they've all come out nicely, they've all absorbed all the yolk, and they all look pretty happy. So there we are. Now they are covered in vermiculites, which obviously one of the reasons we bathe them is so we can get all that off before they go into their setup. And what have you done here, Jared, in terms of making the setup here?
This is the shed tub.
Shed tub. So just
you make it very wet at the bottom, and you make sure it's nice and warm. So it's been on the heat mat for a while.
Yes.
We give them a little hide just so they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Bowl of water so they can drink, and we put all of them in one shed tub.
Okay.
Once they've shed out, we then separate them into their individual ones.
Perfect. Right, Jared, over to you. Show us how you go about doing this. So Jared's going to demonstrate what we do.
We'll start off with this one, which I believe is a ghost. And I think it's fire. I don't think it's got. It might be pastel fire, but I think it's mainly just fire.
So we've got a fire ghost here.
Yeah. So this is lukewarm water. I've got about 85 degrees,
And
I put them in.
So their first bath.
Yeah. And I just try and wipe as much as I can off of them.
Yeah. Okay.
It's alright if a little bit's left on them, but.
And we don't sex them until they've had a few meals and put on some weight.
Yeah, I don't bother with that.
We prefer not to sex them when they come out of the egg. And I think that's a lovely. It's our first ever ghost.
It's got a little bit on its head, but
yeah,
it doesn't always all come off straight away.
Yeah. But
that will come off when it sheds. So there's a beautiful. Actually, I think it might be pastel. Look at the head stamp.
Yeah, pastel.
That might be a firefly ghost.
Firefly ghost, and that'd be fantastic. And that'd be 66% Herp Pied.
Yep.
And I think we've got two of those, and we should go on to the next one.
There's another one in here that I believe is a ghost. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. That one's not the one.
Okay.
I think it is this one. So there's the other one.
Yeah.
That one hasn't got pastel in it, that's just fire. Or it's just a ghost, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's all quite new to me.
Okay. Lovely.
Swish them around in there a bit.
What we do, we also check to make sure their bodies are all nicely formed.
Yeah.
And there's no kinking issues. We also check their belly buttons to make sure that they've been properly disconnected from their egg.
A lot of times as well is you want to check their bellies, because if they've got a hard belly in there, it can be dangerous. So you want to make sure that they're soft, that they're smooth.
Yeah. And what do you do, Jared, if they've got a hard... We've never had one, but what would you do if we had a hard belly?
I'd have to research what to do.
Yeah, I think Justin's got a
I
video.
don't know off the top of my head.
Got a video on Canova on how to deal with the hard belly, which I've been watching. So it's well worth looking at these videos, guys, just in case you come across it and you know what you're doing, and have someone that can guide you through the process that successfully dealt with it is also very helpful. Of course, you've also got the vet's support, proper professional. And what have we got here, Jared?
That's a good question. I think I can see fire.
I think fire's in there, yeah.
I'm not sure what else. You can see the difference, you know, when it's a ghost, because it looks like it's in a deep shed.
Yeah.
Even more so.
Yeah. That's not a ghost though, is it?
No, it's not a ghost.
So you've got fire.
So there's the ghost.
That could be a fire, and it could be the Herp Pied. Any markings? So I know they're 66% Herp Pied. Do you want to check and see if they've got any tracks or any ringers? Because that can also help.
Nothing on that one that I can see.
Okay. Want to check the other ones as well? Because that's another thing to help you with the...
That one's got tracks.
Lovely. That's really good.
That could be a pied there.
Cool, that'd be fantastic. And let's check the other one.
I think this one's my favourite ghost out of the two of them.
Yeah.
You can see some faint tracks, but...
Faint tracks? Yeah.
See, very faint.
Yeah, if it's got pastel, I wonder if the pastel reduces the tracks.
So I think we've got a firefly, I think we've got a fire, and I think that's a fire as well.
Yeah. But I think 2 out of the 3 could well be 100% Herp Pied, which would be lovely. And then this one, Jared, what have we got here?
This one's got pastel in it. I think that might be a firefly.
Firefly, has it got tracks?
No.
Okay, so we might have a firefly there.
Looks healthy. Got to check everything, check their jaw.
Yeah.
But that one looks like a healthy
so
snake.
We also check to make sure they've got all their eyes and that there's no deformity in the jaw, no sharp mouth or anything like that, but they all look good.
Right, now we get to the pieds.
So now, how many
This
pieds
one
have we
here.
got, Joe?
3.
3 pieds here. I think we've got a ghost pied, by the way. I'm
Yeah,
looking at that.
I think we might as well.
I think we've got a ghost pied, by the way. It's just here. We'll give it a clean, but then we've hit the banger, guys. Oh, pretty certain we've hit the banger. Now this is a pretty little pied here. What would you guess this is here?
I think that's a normal pied.
Normal pied? There's any fire in there at all?
There might be.
I think that could be fire.
No, I need to look it up a bit more.
I think there may be fire in that one, Jared, because I've seen the intensities of the fire pieds, and they bright yellows and oranges around a contrasting black is quite typical of a fire pied.
Yeah.
It might be a fire pied.
When they're all out of shed, I'll look it all up properly and figure out exactly what
But so far the clutch is looking superb.
Then we've got this one here.
Yeah. Now, let's have a wee look at this one here.
This one, I believe, is pastel.
Mm-hmm.
Just clean it off.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of vermiculite on it.
Yeah.
And the reason I believe that is because if you look at the patterns there, how white they are, and also the speckling on it, and the head is it's got that light pale colour.
Yeah, so it's a pastel.
I think that's a pastel pied.
Pastel pied. And again, are there any markings you can get on a hypo to know whether it's got hypo or not? Or
I don't know.
no,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then this one I think is a hypo pied.
That's what I was hoping for. That was the one that you cut down, I think, from memory. It does look like a hypo pied to me.
With either pastel or fire or both.
Yeah, so that's the banger.
I think that looks to me like a hypo pied.
Do you think it's got fire or pastel in there as well?
Definitely one of the two, or both.
If we've got both, then we've hit the banger.
Look at that, gorgeous.
Honestly,
Look at the patterns on it.
I love the way it kind of the whites against the yellows and oranges, and that lovely ghosty look about it as well, Jad. It's so nice.
Yeah, you can just see it. If I put it up against another pied,
yeah,
you can see why we think it's got ghost in it.
Contrast it, yeah. I think that's a ghost pied, Jad. Lovely.
See how it looks like it's in a deep shed compared to that one?
Yeah. Definitely. And also I think the ghost pied has a slightly lighter grey head.
Yeah.
If you look at the head patterns, a grey head is on the other visual ghosts as well. And that's another one there, so just looking at the pieds.
Even this is the pastel one, you can even see just on the two of them that they look a bit different.
Yeah. No,
So it may be a ghost. I hope it is.
I've got a feeling it could be. I mean, they both could be ghost, Jared, because that looks very ghosty as well.
Yeah.
We might.
When they've all shed out, we can properly look. Cause
yeah.
The main thing about hypo is it looks like they're in shed.
Yeah.
When they're not.
So what we'll do is we'll get those straight into on heat, Jared, so that they don't get too cold. And we've got high temperatures here, but thank you for sharing that with us. And we'll put those in here.
From a head-to-head pairing, that is incredible.
Yeah,
odds.
that is amazing odds. So we're so grateful for that. We'll just put those in, and it's lovely to have some more lovely 7 healthy babies. And we also put the clutch card underneath as well, which I think I've left there. So let's put that in there, and then we put them on our system. And then eventually, once they've shed out, they'll get their individual.
They'll have tags like that.
Yeah, they'll get their individuals, won't they, Jared? And then you'll give them tags, and I just need to get the clutch card underneath. So that's that one. And we're going to be shutting down the incubator because we think that Mo has actually absorbed. And we've got the results of the calico clutch, which I'll bring those out, Jared, and we'll also give her a bath and set her up as well. And then we're going to close down the incubator until next season, and then we're going to give you a little sample of 4 or 5 of our girls that have shed out today. Today's been a day of sheds, hasn't it, Jared?
Yeah, everything.
So many sheds we've had today, and we thought, well, let's show off a few of our females that hopefully will be ready. Now this one was the Calico Girl's baby that survived, and maybe shall I bathe this one, Jared? Yeah, and we think we've got a normal, and we think that she's a girl. And so let's just give her a little bath.
And the reason behind that is because the dad was a male maker banana.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any calico in this.
The other thing is I can't see pastel, which tells me we've been sold an animal as a super pastel that isn't a super pastel. So we'll get the daddy out shortly. But she looks fine. She looks solid. So
just swish them about.
Just swish it about a little bit. Get that off.
Yeah.
There we go. So she looks absolutely fine. She's beautiful. So we've got. Let's have a look at her. I don't think there's calico in her. Because it was no.
Usually it's like a orangey, pinky, white colour.
So I think we've been blessed with a healthy animal that's a normal, and probably a normal girl. So this probably will become available once she's had a few meals. And we'll set her up. Brad, have you set her up in here?
Yep.
So we give them a hide, and we give them some fresh water.
And a wet bedding.
And a wet bedding, and that will help them shed out. And we'll just put the clutch card in underneath. So that's how we set up our. Go back, baby. Go back. How we set up our babies. And Jad, we'll switch off the incubator a bit later. But let's just now show you the daddy, because the daddy's now out of shed, and it's got orange dream in there. I say it's sold as a super pastel, and I've got a feeling that it's just a pastel. So Jared can take care of that. Let's move that out of the way. Let's have a look at Apollo. We'll bring him down, Jared, and see if we can ID him ourselves correctly. But what was weird is last year he was the daddy of the Orange Dream, Banana Orange Dream, Herp Pied clutch. So if you look at him, Jared, he's definitely got pastel in him. He's definitely got Orange Dream in him, and he's definitely got banana. But I mean, the head stamp looks as though it's super pastel, but I wonder if that's the impact of the banana that's making that bright, and maybe it was mis-ID'd. But he's a lovely animal, and you can see out of shed how beautiful he is. And we've got plans for him for next year that we'll be putting him into our. I think we were going to put him into a couple of projects, wasn't we, Jared? Just to get the Orange Dream into the collection a bit more, and we're going to get Orange Dream pins, which look lovely. And I'll show you the girl that we're going to put into next season, which is our pinstripe that we've had for 4 years and yet to give us a clutch. And here she is. She's well up to size. Penelope. And she locked for the first time this year with the Giovanni, who's our banana, super banana pastel G-stripe, but didn't go. So we're going to try the banana boy, who has given us a couple of clutches, and hopefully she will go, and we'll get some banana pins that have Orange Dream in, which would be lovely to do that. So let's have a quick look at some of the other girls that have shed out. So the ones I was going to show you, let's have a little wee look, are actually over here. So first of all, we've got our beautiful super gravel girl. Let's have a look at her. So she's just shed out today, Jared, isn't she looking beautiful? She's
I love her.
about 3 years old now. She weighs 2.5 kilograms, and we're going to put Skip to her. And Skip is a gravel 100% het clown.
Pastel gravel.
Pastel gravel. So we're trying to produce pastel super gravels, which will be hopefully 100% het for clown.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be 50%, won't they? But if we get enough babies, at least 1 or 2 of them will be 100%, and that's the idea there. So the super gravels are lovely. We get them into the clown project is what we're looking for. We want the pastel to make everything pop. And then the other girls I was going to show was have a wee look here. So we've got this girl here shed out. Now this is our yellow belly pied girl, and she's looking stunning, absolutely stunning. There she is. So she shed out today, and she's about 1600 grams. So we're going to pair up probably the dreamsicle to her to get the yellow belly into the dreamsicle. So we might end up putting Bowser to her, is the plan. So we'll let her go back onto her hide. And then I think the other ones we had, Jared, so I was going to share, was this one here, which is a pastel pied, very low white. And we didn't breed her this year. She gave us a small clutch 2 years ago, didn't she? But we think that she's now getting into condition and looking good. And again, we were going to look at possibly using our Exantic pied boy Thor. Let's see how he's doing, and maybe use Thor and get the Exantic into the pied visual project, but actually get the pastel in there as well. So we've got this little fella here who's doing really well. Is he going into shed, Jared, or is he?
No.
No. But he's looking lovely. He did lock with a couple of girls last season, and so he is producing sperm, and we hope that now he's maturing as a 2-year-old, he'll hopefully be really good to go. Now his wife is a slow eater, and we'll just give you a quick update on her, because we've got a Herpxotic pied girl over here, and we've been experimenting with cocoa husk and bedding. Now she's sitting on something, Jared, that you can see it's tanning her tail. You can see the tanning coming out of this beechwood.
Yeah.
And we don't like that. So although that will shed out and it'll clear, we've decided to change. Now we got given a free sample from Ridgeway, which Jared set up. Jared, shall we just introduce that to everyone and see how that looks? But we're going to change her bedding. By the way, she's nearly 800 grams, Jared. So look at the difference in the cocoa husk here. Isn't it looking so much better? And what have you done, Jared, to treat this, and what have you done to prepare it?
So it comes in a block. I've just broken that block down,
Yeah.
and I've soaked it in water.
Let's just get the block and...
So to your hand it's pretty dry, but if you squeeze it, you can get little drips of water out.
Yeah, so this is the free block that we got. It's called Herp Premium. When I bring it into light, Jared, maybe you can just go over that and just show people what's available. You can see that Ridgeway's logo's on there, Herpxotics, and it has all these different things. Just read those through, Jared.
Premium grade 100% organic substrates, superbly manufactured, perfect for reptiles and amphibians, odour absorbent and hygienic, provides reptiles with optimum humidity, sustainable product and easy to clean.
Yeah.
And this is a 70 litre or 4.5 kilogram pack.
Yeah. So we got this as a freebie. We're not even sure what the price is because we're going to experiment with it first. If it proves to be really good for this girl and she carries on nailing food and grows well, which we hope she will, we might actually start putting some other animals on it and see and do a little test to see whether the humidity, because one of the problems with having humidity in the atmosphere here is, as you can see, we get a lot of chalk in the water and it gets chalky, and you get a lot more dust everywhere, which can invite bacteria growth. So we're thinking maybe moving and experimenting with more traditional methods, which is to actually use the cocoa husk and keep the humidity in the rub, and that'll make it easier for us to work as well, Jared, won't it? Because we're sweating buckets at 68% in here. So there's a little update on what we're doing there. Was there anything else, Jared, that you wanted to share at all?
No, not from me.
No? Okay. So, I think that is about it, guys. So we've got some really exciting projects to look forward to. I hope everyone else is having a good season. Let me just also, I said to some of my viewers, want an update on how I'm doing with my health, and I'm going to give you an amazing update here because my hip replacement was supposed to be in the next 10 days, and I've been waiting a long time for it, and I have completely changed my lifestyle. I've lost 28 pounds, and I'm swimming 2.5 miles a day in my pool. It took me ages to get to that level. I started doing a little light swimming, and I'm using all my upper body strength to swim. I'm also doing what they call intermittent fasting, so I'm actually going without food for 20 hours a day, and then I have a beautiful fresh lobster salad to eat with beetroots, avocados, fresh lettuce, tomatoes, all organic, and then I graze fruit and nuts after that, and maybe have some oats as well, and I'm just drinking water, and I'm losing 1/4 pound a day. And my doctors, when they did the x-ray on my hip before surgery, my surgeon came in and said, "What have you been doing?" I said, "I just explained what I've been doing." And he said, "The good news is that on the x-ray I've got 75% of my cartilage still in place on my right hip, and we thought it was completely smashed from the accident I had 3 years ago when I was fishing." So to cut a long story short, he said best to review this in 6 months, carry on with my new lifestyle and my new diet, and see whether we can rebuild some of the cartilage and get you moving using physiotherapy, using chiropractica, which I've been using, and also using a osteopath. So I've got a lot of team, and Mandy's giving me a massage every 2 days that's loosening the muscles, freeing me up, and all my joints are becoming unstuck. So I'm so grateful for that news. And we are also looking at the possibility of, I think it's called, they take some cartilage from your body, stem cell laboratory therapy, where they use keyhole surgery. They remove a little bit of your cartilage, and then they grow it in a laboratory, and then they re-inject it back into your body with keyhole surgery. And then apparently if you've got enough cartilage already in place, the science suggests that it will start to rebuild some of the cartilage that's been lost on the injury and start to give you a little bit more movement, ease of movement. So there is a top person in London that trains chiropractors that's done this in France a year ago that's having success. And I also believe someone in the US has been using shark cartilage. I think they can't do it in the US, but they've travelled over to the Caribbean.
Tijuana, Mexico.
Was it Mexico? But there's somebody that's actually using shark cartilage to rebuild their cartilage in their bodies. The only problem is when he smiled, he looked like Jaws. No, not really, that's just a joke. But anyway, I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling so much happier that I've got alternative medication. I'm still hobbling, but I'm feeling so much better and healthier. So thank you everyone for your love and support and help me through the process. And what we'll probably do is we're going to share, for those people that are interested, we might share a few edited versions and clips of all our big salmon that we caught this year for those that love fishing. I'll put it on the video, so if you don't want to watch the fishing videos you don't have to, but we'll probably put in a nice little edit of our salmon season, Jared and I catching our salmon and showing you the other hobby that we've got, and maybe jump on our other channel, which is in my name, Paul Greenacre. That's my fishing channel, and the full version of the fishing programs will be placed on there. So thank you everyone so much, and hope everyone's having a wonderful season so far, and we shall hopefully give you a further update on this beautiful clutch as soon as they shed out. But we're super happy, Jared, and everything looks healthy, and that's what we really wanted, so we're really pleased. Take care, bye bye for now, and see you next time. Bye bye for now.